and welcome to Casey Nails. My name is Kylie Cruz. Okay, so today I'm going to be unboxing this Rosalind Gel Polish set, and then I'm going to be creating some GEL-X nails with the gel polishes. So stay tuned and make sure to watch the entire video so you can see the final review. But before we get started, if you are new here, hi, welcome. I hope you like and subscribe and stick around on my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your endless love and support. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I just wanted to thank Rosalind for sending over this gel polish set. And I'm going to be unboxing it with you guys and just creating a GEL-X nail set and then telling you guys my first impressions. Right off the bat, I think the packaging is very pretty. It's eye-catching. I think the colors pop well, and I do like how their logo is a rose, and then it's like Rosalind or Rose. It kind of reminds me of Rose. But yeah, so when I went ahead and opened it, I did notice there was like some blacking like on top of the box, but then I realized it's because the little holders that the nail polish is in is like this velvet lining, so I thought that was pretty cute. And then it came with this little card. It just told you like it's the instructions, but I thought that was super cute. And then if you want to read it, you can go ahead and pause the video. And I'm just going to apologize in advance. I have the sniffles. I don't know if I'm coming down with a cold or if, it snowed today, which was really weird. So where I live, so I'm not quite sure if it's allergies or what, but sorry about that in advance. And then I went ahead and, like I said, I opened the package and there are 8 nail polishes. I love the little window. Okay, so it's a rose, but it's their logo obviously, but it's a rose and you can see the color through it. And I just thought that was so cool because normally all the gel polishes I've ever seen are like all black, right? Because you don't want the light to go in or something like that. So recently I did a MELODYSUSIE review on their gel polishes, so I wanted to compare the size, and they are actually the same fluid ounces. I thought they were on the smaller side, but I guess that's maybe standard for a certain set of gel polish. So this specific gel polish set ranges from colors to like mauve pink colors, and there are some brown. And so I went ahead and just opened a few so you could see what they look like. This one caught my eye because I thought it was white, and it turns out to be like a hint of purple or blue. I guess lavender. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but it's not white. It is a really pretty color though, so it caught my eye. And then I went ahead and pulled out a few other colors. I thought this was like a grayish color. And then when I went ahead and opened it, it was like a muted purple mauve tone. Yeah, I'm not the best at describing tones or colors there. So we're going to go ahead and put some GEL-X nails on before we get started with the nail design. So I am going to go ahead and with my Unigel 2XL tapered long square nails. So I am going to go ahead and fit them to my natural nails, so sidewall to sidewall, and make sure you don't apply any pressure when doing this. So I did get them all sized, and this is what they look like. But before we go ahead and apply with the GEL-X method, I am going to file off the little hangnails from each of the bottoms of the full cover nail tips. So being a content creator, I do need to be able to pop these off so that way I can create more videos for you guys. So I am going in with the McCart peel off base coat. I love this. It works every single time. But I did want to try the Jello that everyone's using. So maybe I'll have to go and buy some of that. But anyway, so going in with the GEL-X method, and I'm just going to put those on every single nail. And then we will go ahead and file and prep the nail for the design. Okay, so they are all on, and I'm just going to go ahead and with a cone drill bit in order to clean up the sidewalls and blend in the cuticle area. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So I'm just finishing up the sidewall on the thumb, and then I did go ahead and buff the nails already. I just wanted to get the shine off. And then I'm going in with a lint-free wipe and isopropyl alcohol or just some acetone, and I'm going to take the dust off of those nails. So considering this is an 8-piece gel polish set, it did not come with a base or top coat, so I'm going to go ahead and use the MELODYSUSIE one. I did have a video of an unboxing for them I just posted a few days ago, so if you want to check that video out, go ahead. But I did like how it applied, so I'm going to go ahead and use it again. Okay, finishing up the base coat on all of the nails. This is what it looks like. Yeah, I really do enjoy using that base coat. I think it works really well. So now we're jumping into the Rosalind Gel Polish. This is in shade 31, and when I opened it, I thought it was a really pretty pink, and it did kind of give like little tints of like coral or whatever, but I think it's super pretty, so I'm going to go ahead and use that color. So my first impressions when starting to apply this gel polish is it is quite pigmented. The color definitely matches. The only thing that I will say, and this happened with some of my other gel polishes, is toward the cuticle area when I'm applying it and it's just like a little bit of a thinner layer, it does tend to like peek through. It's not very thick, so I did have to go in with a second coat. But at first, and something I did notice too, was when the gel polish tends to settle, for some odd reason, it was like flaking around. It's hard to explain, but it wasn't staying put. So I went ahead and kept using this color to test it out on some other nails. And again, I kind of noticed like when it was moving around, you could definitely see through it, but a second layer did take care of that, so it wasn't too big of a deal. I always like to test out the brush on my pinky since it is the smallest and thinnest nail, and it was easy to maneuver around that cuticle area, so that was a plus. Again, I did have to put a second layer on all of these nails, but when the final product came out, the color was like really pretty and pigmented. Make sure to cure for 60 seconds after each layer. So after the second layer, I went ahead and cured for another 60, and then I went ahead and moved on to my ring and middle finger, and I wanted to try another color, so I did try and use shade 16, and it was like a mocha brown, and I was a little hesitant on the shade at first because it was very, very close to my skin tone. Honestly, I think it almost matched it, but I went ahead and used it anyways. I've never used browns really, so I wanted to test it out. So when applying this shade 16, I was actually really impressed. I love the color, and also when I had finished applying it to both nails and it had settled and I cured it and everything, it actually almost didn't even need a second layer. I went ahead and did it anyway because you could see through it just a tiny, tiny bit. I did go ahead and add a second layer just in case, but yeah, this one just definitely didn't need a second layer. I'm not quite sure what happened with that lighter color, but I do know that does tend to happen with lighter colors. You just need that second coat. So we are about to jump into the design. So I wanted to add some colors to my palette, and so I had to jump in with shade 2. It is that lighter like white with like a hue of blue or purplish color in it, so I had to do that. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in with a few colors. 2455, it is this very pretty light pink, And I'm going to add a few more colors to this palette as well, and we're going to go ahead and just use as many colors as I can. As I'm adding some of the colors to the palette, I did just want to say that my plan anyways for these nails is to create this butterfly design. I did recently just have a shorts video on one of the butterfly designs, and I kind of wanted to just create an entire set on it. So that is the plan, but you know, I do tend to wing these, so we will see how it turns out. I did want to just show real quick what the base colors look like before we get started. So I did have to add a white and a black to my palette just because the set did not have that, so that is what that is. But like I said, that upper light color in the corner upper left there is just has a hue of blue or purple. So we're going to go ahead and take that lightest color, and we're just going to take a brush, and we're not going to add too much product on it, just enough where we're going to fan it out and kind of create that butterfly shape. So the goal here is to kind of get those streaks without getting it super thick. I know by just looking at what you see right here, it looks absolutely ridiculous, but I promise you guys at the end it all comes together, so just stick with me here. If you watch my shorts videos, you know that I recently did a butterfly design as well, so it's kind of what we're taking it off of, and you know that eventually it does turn out looking okay. So I like to create press-ons, as you guys know, and wow, I definitely took this for granted because creating press-ons is so much easier when it comes to details and designs, because you can maneuver that nail like however which way you want. This was definitely more of a struggle, just kind of getting those fine lines, and I guess also using like the less amount of pressure, but it definitely affected me when doing it on myself. So while I am creating this butterfly, I'm really trying to figure out how to explain how to do this, because when I'm watching it, like I'm watching it back, you know, doing the voiceover for you guys, and it honestly looks like a jumbled mess. Like I'm like, why? There's no like rhyme or reason to this, and I'm sorry because I really am going to try to explain what I'm doing, because it's like an organized mess. So what I am doing is I'm kind of just playing it out. Like I'm making sure that I'm kind of evenly moving those different pinky tones and lighter tones around. And, you know, that's why I'm going to like each butterfly and then like moving it again and moving it again. And that's because I only want certain streaks to look certain ways. Once I add detail lines how I like if I had a streak that looked a certain way, I flash cure for 10 to 15 seconds. You must do this, or else every time you do it again, it's just going to take that product off. So moving on to the thumb, where you can kind of see more of what I'm doing. Like the lightest color first, and I'm just brushing it onto the nail. Again, it doesn't have to be super pretty or uniformed. And you're kind of just forming that outline of the butterfly, and it does look like a flower, but towards the end when we add all the detail lines, it'll all come together. When creating the butterflies, you want to make sure you're not loading your brush with too much product, because you don't want it to be clumpy, but you want to be able to get those streaks. So we're just continuing on, and again, like I said, you're just going to take a small amount of product on the brush and pull, and you can see how the lines are not even. That is what you want. You want it to look streaky. And right here, I'm trying to show you guys the last color I used. It was like a light purple, and it actually did have some sparkles in it, which I thought was super pretty. So I was trying to capture that on camera. So I was trying really hard to incorporate as many colors from this nail polish set as I could. And so with that being said, I was trying to use more of the browns. But when I went ahead and started to outline the butterflies, I just realized it wasn't going to be dark enough. Like, yes, it's a dark brown, but I think with the like mocha color I did for the background, it just didn't look right. So I did go ahead and outline the butterflies in black, and I honestly think that it just it made it pop more. So as you can see, that was when I outlined one of the butterflies in the dark brown color, but I went ahead and decided to fill in the actual body of the butterfly first. That way I could kind of figure out where I wanted the detail lines to go. So after I did that, that's when I kind of realized, hey, like the dark brown and the black just didn't go well. And so that's when I decided to go back in with the black for the detail lines. So for the body, I did go in and use a dotting tool. And as you can see, I just placed a dot at the very top for the head, and then I just kind of stippled it all the way down until I thought it looked about right. And this part was like super easy, so there isn't much explanation on that. But like I said before, this is going to be an abstract butterfly, so it doesn't need to be perfect. The good thing about gel polish is, you can cure it to make it stay, or you can just keep erasing it with isopropyl alcohol. And that is, like, I think the greatest thing ever, because you can mess up as many times as you want. You can add a color that you think is going to work and turns out it does not, and just take it off. So I did that quite a bit. What you're seeing here is me just kind of adding some lines, detail lines of different colors, some of the brown, some of the darker pinks, and white. White always helps, but that's what I'm saying, is it doesn't need to be perfect. You can do whatever you think looks good, and then if it doesn't, then take an isopropyl alcohol and some wipe and just take it off. As I mentioned before, I did try to go in with the dark brown for the outline, but I did not like it, so I'm going back in with the black. And like I said, I think the contrast is just better with the background base. So I went ahead and did that with all of the butterflies. And then I went ahead and just like added extra lines that I feel like made the design look better. So if you're seeing me just add in random lines, that is what I'm doing. Adding the antennas to the butterflies just makes it better, because you can tell it's a butterfly. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm using a Kolinsky detail brush in size 0. I love these brushes. I honestly use them for everything. So that too is linked down below in my Amazon storefront. So if you'd like to check those out, I highly recommend them. I'm not kidding. Like, if you watch my videos, you will see that I almost use this every single time. And to clean the brush off, I just use isopropyl alcohol. So just finishing up with the outlines of each butterfly, I am going to go ahead in with some extra outlines, like flaking off of the original, and that's just to give it the abstract effect. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we are almost done, but I will add some bling. I feel like this nail set just needs some extra oomph, especially with, like I said, I love that brown, but I need like a separation from the brown and my skin tone, and I think some gems would be perfect. So I was drawing those antennas, and I realized I don't like how thick they turned out. So just take a brush and some isopropyl alcohol, wipe it off, and do it again. It is okay to mess up. And that is what the nails look like when they were done with the outline. So I'm moving on to the thumb. So I have been talking this entire video, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on the thumb. So I'm going to let it play out, and I will see you guys when I'm almost done and ready to add the gems. Okay, so we completed all of the detail lines, including the antennas, and this is what the thumb looks like. You can see the extra added lines on the outside of the outline of the butterfly, and that's what gives it like the abstract illusion. And like I said, we have to go in with gems, so this is what we're going to do now. I went with the smallest ones, and because the set didn't come with a top coat, I went ahead and used module ones, and we're just going to top coat all of the nails, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the gems. So I was considering adding gems to my thumb as well, but I decided against it because I decided to put like scattered gems on my pointer finger, and I think it just complemented the plain coral color, in addition to the middle finger having gems. And towards the end, I was like, should I add some more or keep it like this? And I decided against it. So please let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So finishing up putting the gems on, I did go ahead and cure that top coat for a full 120, and my last and final step was to put cuticle oil on to just rehydrate my nails and cuticles. So that is what I did. And this is the final look. Overall, I do like how this nail set turned out. I think the brown really does complement my skin tone. I think, like I said, the purples just make it pop even more, and it complements the coral tone as well. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I love hearing your guys' opinions and or ideas. So if you have any, sure to comment those down below. As for the video, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you stick around. If you're a returning subscriber, again, thank you guys so much for your endless love and support. If you want to show a little more love, then please comment down below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Okay, bye!